Happy New Year, BookTube! So today I'm actually really excited to talk about this book called Extremely Loud and Incredibly Close by Jonathan Safran Foer. Maybe that's how you pronounce his last name, but this book is actually the only book that I read over my Christmas break. And to read one book though, this book was so good and I'm so glad that I got it. It actually was recommended to me by a worker at Barnes & Noble. We were talking and I asked like what he would recommend, and then he pointed out this one, so I said like I would give it a try, and I am so happy I did because this book is incredible. And there is a movie which I haven't seen yet, but I'm hopefully going to be seeing that soon, and I don't know if it's going to be as good as this book because this book was seriously amazing. Just saying now, I give it 5 stars. It was that incredible. So this story is about an 8-year-old boy named Oscar who's trying to find closure after his father's death on September 11th. And throughout this book, Oscar is on this mission to find a lock to a key that his father left behind. And Oscar believes that this key is kind of significant, and it's kind of like his father trying to tell him something. So through this mission, Oscar is feeling like he's getting close to his dad, or he's keeping his father alive somehow, and this is just how he's processing his father's death. And throughout the book, Oscar meets a ton of really quirky, crazy, awesome characters, and he just kind of goes into the lives of so many different people and sees so many different perspectives of the world that he lives in. There are some really quirky, cool things about this book. Just for example, I mean, there are blank pages entirely. There are pages that just have one sentence on them. There are pictures in this book. There's just the one sentence. Lots of pictures, and there's this one excerpt where there are typos are circled out and edited. So it's just kind of really a cool book, and it kind of gave it this really nice charm that most books don't have. Throughout this book there are a ton of life lessons that Oscar learns through the people that he encounters, and also through the different perspectives of the book, because although most of this book is told from Oscar's perspective, there still are other characters' perspectives thrown in, and it's really cool because you kind of get like the bird's eye view of what Oscar's life is like and where he's headed. And it's funny too because no one single person in the story has the full picture of all the events, but when you read the different perspectives, you could, as the reader, piece all the things together. So it's a really good book for the reader. Truthfully, I would recommend this book to pretty much anybody because it just has something that I think most people could find or relate in some way to. Even if you can't relate to it, it's still just such a good story. It's probably one of my favorite books that I read in 2013. And also at the end, I kind of almost cried. I didn't though, but it was just so heartbreaking almost, and it's kind of Oscar's closure. It made me sad, but it was like, well, what can you do? That's life type of thing. I don't know how else to describe that. So that pretty much sums it up for how I feel about this lovely novel. Please give it a shot if you're just looking for something really good to read and you're kind of in a slump. This might help you out a little bit. So thanks for watching and happy reading.